cranes blink like iron fireflies. Fog writes cursive on the midnight highs. Blueprint pupils with a cobalt seam. I bring my vow on a drum machine. Mirrored Ocean Boulevard spine. Pistons pray in the meter line. G-Funk citrus on the coastal breeze. 808 landslides, fold the sea. Ruthless low end like a dockside boom. Dark bass stalking like a panther plume. Menacing sins with a rollerblade glare. West Coast post make concrete sweat. No thrift store crowns on a rented head. I wield my throne from the hours I bled. If the deck sits crooked, I shave that grain. Build a long table out of hunger and pain. I counted courage by lug nuts, screws. Measure patience in oil press, blues. Rain freckles chrome with a cinema grain. I splice up grief, wire courage to the frame. Graffiti nebula bloom on brick. Every drip a tick and click. Silence a cruise like a savings bond. I cash it in action, move beyond. Rumor is cotton, evidence still. I stitch my oath to a steering wheel. If fate palm mutes with a rigged up riff, I retune strings to the frets lift. Elevator stall, I weld new rungs. Blueprint lungs, big barrel tongues. Torque in the breath, angles in sight. I mill raw hours in the gears of night. Snare draws chalk on the jaw of dark. Kick draft statutes in neon art. If doubt subpoenas the air I own, I countersign calm and reclaim home. Ruthless low end like a dockside boom. Dark bass stalking like a panther plume. Tennessee sins with a rollerblade glare. West Coast post make concrete swear. No thrift store crowns on a rented head. I wield my throne from the hours I bled. If the deck sits crooked, I shave that grain. Build a long table out of hunger and pain. Clock got slick, so I snapped its wrist. Bent minutes straight till the hours exist. Ledger and charcoal, margins of rain. Debits and thunder, credits and grain. Mentors with meters, with ruby lit eyes. Charging by grip beneath sodium sky. We traded brick for blueprint truth. Bolted the roof on a debt-proof booth. Circle stays tight like a vinyl's ring. Only the needle and day one sing. Trust chimes thrice with a tempered tone. Miss one bell and you walk alone. I prune my crew like a master squall. No slack lines when the crosswinds call. Storms don't scare a captain's ear. They tune the hull to a truer gear.
Hi-hats flicker like ICU signs. City holds breath while the pulse aligns. We flatline fear on a cold steel tray. Shot coat back with a tidal sway.
Kids draw planets on a fogged up paint. I fold my schedule to a lighthouse vein. Every tick beams home through brine. Arrive with honor, signature line. Rear view sirens, Beto scarred. I changed 2 lanes and dodged those bars. Yesterday knocks with a souvenir chain. A mark returned to sender. Refrain, I was the skip in a pawn shop groove. Click pop loop that refused to move. Lifted the arm, dusted the soul. Dropped it again, watch the storyline roll. Billboards whisper, work breathe man. I clock in twice to the craft I defend. Throne isn't views nor a flash and a pan. It's 10,000 nails in a weatherproof plant. Let the syntax wolves on a tinted hood. Let the kick pass verdicts misunderstood. If not invoices time I never owed. I stamp contested and repossess glow. Ruthless low end like a dockside boom. Dark bass stalking like a panther plume. Menace sins with a rollerblade glare. West Coast post make concrete sweat. No thrift store crowns on a rented head. I wield my throne from the hours I bled. If the deck sits crooked, I shave that grain. Build a long table out of hunger and pain. Palm ribs rattle like metronome reeds. I chart my calm by celestial deeds. Harbor grid sketched in invisible chalk. Crosswinds log where the doubt still talk. No thunder soul, I cannot command. No lease on worth from another hand. My name's a warranty forged in heat. Lifetime coverage on every beat. Hillside glass throws back my tone. City returns on the breath I've loaned. I paid in balance and blisters and scars. Collecting quiet beneath stubborn stars.
Ocean irons, wrinkles from the neon dome. I count my wins by the miles towards home. Not luck, not noise, not borrowed or claim. Just backbone, breath, and a first name flame. If tomorrow asks what armor you bring, I say discipline's drum and a wire-tight string. Hardcore oath with a time-locked brand. West Coast pulse in a diamond hand.
Sodium rain on a pawn shop strip. Late bus weeds with a busted lip. Grandma's hymn in the stove warm room. Steam draws halos in the window bloom. Rent due letters like a brass parade. Shoebox savings in the closet break. History heavy as a cast iron valve. We flip that skillet, feed hope now. If the weight gets loud, we carry and sing. Beat grief to a drum, give pain no wing. Black as a baseline, bright as a flare. We plant them all in exhausted air. Hands still working, hands still raised. Faith on empty, courage unfazed. Say our names whole, no edit, no gloss. We bloom through concrete and pay that cost. Red line borders like fences of ink. Mortgage no while the taxes link. Heater by the oven on a frostbit night. Blanket forts pitched under street light white. Sirens rehearse in the rear view jaw. 10 and 2, tongue holds law. Yes, officer with a careful tone. Roll of the drive, make it home. Corner store dinner, ramen and rice. Auntie makes miracles twice on a slice. News calls monsters with hunger made. We write mercy where shame gets sprayed. Ring door prayers, porch like codes. Mutual aid down weathered roads. 2 carts shared like 50 strong. We pass the blessing along. If the dice roll crooked in the table tilt, we bring our tools and rebuild what's built. We don't beg thunder to change its tone. We braid umbrellas from what we own. If the weight gets loud, we carry and sing. Beat grief to a drum, give pain no wing. Black as a baseline, bright as a flare. We plant tomorrow in exhausted air. Hands still working, hands still raised. Faith on empty, courage unfazed. Say our names whole, no edit, no gloss. We bloom through concrete and pay that cost. Lunch tickets printed like lottery slips. Textbooks torn with the tape on the tips. Leaky roof choir over algebra shame. Steel charts Saturn in chalk dust flame. HBCU dream in a thrifted coat. Pale grant stitched like a victory note. Tassel turns, mama's knees say thanks. First gen thunder and folding bank ranks. HR smiles with a culture quiz. We trim our names to the scanner says is. Code switch tongue for a door that's thin. Excellence folded in a coffee tin. Graveyard shift with a side of some prayer. Hotspot glow on a midnight stare. Stack small yes in the mortgage keys. Hang first start where the landlord sees. Call who holds roof when the storm runs mean. Response aunties with pots in the countertop lean. Who braids hope when the block says no. Braiders and barbers with word of mouth flow. What keeps time when the clocks don't care? Drumline faith in the public square. County clinic with a plastic chair hem. Cold socks blinking like fight not dim. Food desert aisles with sugar for cure. We read the labels and quietly endure. Court mail stacks by the kitchen sink. Bail like a mountain, rage like a blink. We pass the plate till the brother's free. Bobby quiet hums in a stubborn key. Say Brianna fool, say Trayvon home. Candle wax rivers, a nation's soul. Strollers and sneakers in the midnight road. Feet foul motions the court should know. Know your rights cards in the denim fold. Group text bloom when the sirens scold. We map our safety and block by block. Check on each other, knocked in knock. If the weight gets loud, we carry and sing. Beat grief to a drum, give pain no wing. Black as a baseline, bright as a flare. We play tomorrow in exhausted air. Hands still working, hands still raised. Faith on empty, courage unfazed. Say our names whole, no edit, no gloss. We bloom through concrete and pay that cost. Granddad's knuckles with gospel and brick. Built whole rooms from a hymn and a pick. Grandma's ledger ran casserole math. Fed 5 families down one narrow path. Black girl CFO with a cold up crown. 9-item love holds a whole block down. Black boy coder in a night shift glow. Push new worlds through a firewall snow. Nurse on call with a 30-hour heart. Teacher with tape making library start. Father on Zoom with a toddler class. Mother on mute moving mountains of glass. We want more life than survival scenes. Policy, muscle, and collective means. Budget the love that the spreadsheets miss. Sign it in ink, legislators can't twist. When the moon clocks out and buses young, we count bright reasons to press on. Not borrow shine or ever the fame. Just breathe backbone in a first name flame. If tomorrow asks, what armor you bring? We say quiet-fed lungs and a lion wing. Black as a baseline, white as a crown. American rooted, we won't back down.
Son, sun shakes sparks off a factory roof. Cornfields bow to a diesel hoof. Subway sighs in a canyon of steel. Harbor cranes pray to a turning wheel. From diner mugs to a courtroom bench. From river mud to a launch pad wrench. We raise the stripes with callous hands. Up chorus stitched from 1,000 lands. Patriot ain't fireworks in July. It's boots at dawn and a clear-eyed why. It's voting in rain and staying the men. It's building a bridge you wanna cross with friends. Hand on heart, sleeves roll high. Keep the promise, refuse the lie. Love a country not blind, not cheap. It's work we swear and vows we keep.
Nurse hums, hymns on the night shift floor. Teacher chalks futures on a budget door. Welder's arc like a comet's tail. Coda ships fixes on a coffee rail. Ranger count rings in a falling pine. Farmer reads weather like a ticker line. Postal blues hit the mountain turn. Veteran breeze while the candles burn. We argue loud in the city square. Then sign together what we'll share. Freedom isn't a solo note. It's choir sheets and a common vote. A patriot's toolkit fits in the tote. Lunchbox ballad, a neighbor's coat. Facts for fuel, humility gears. We steer through rumor with volunteer ears. Patriot ain't fireworks in July. It's boots at dawn and a clear-eyed why. It's voting in rain and staying the men. It's building the bridge you wanna cross with friends. Hand on heart, sleeve rolled high. Keep the promise, refuse the lie. Love a country not blind, not cheap. It's work we swear and vows we keep. There's a chance with a drum of heat. Bayou braids where the cypresses meet. Prairie quilts in a harvest breeze. Redwood cathedrals among OCs. Bronx stoop cipher, Cascade snow. Beale Street brass where the blue notes glow. Highway diners with window hymns. Lighthouse gospel at the ocean's rims. We honor the past but refuse to cage. We fix the chapter, not burn the page. Stars shine brighter when seams are healed. A flag is strongest when all are shielded. Call was our compass when storms misguide. Respawn. Truth is checked and hands allied. Call was our armor when fear plays trick. Respawn. Neighbors linked in civics bricks. Where's our future and who can build? Every craft, every mind, every field. Yeah. Samosa steam near apple pie. College waltz with a jambalaya. Yiddish jokes by a taco truck. Powwow drums where the city's stuck. Hijab in wind with a ball cap grin. Wheelchair ramps where the votes roll in. Temple bells, church choirs, Friday calls. Liberty echoes off many walls with not one saint, just many true. Braiding the red and the white and blue. The more we listen, the more we see. Freedom is plural, responsibility. Patriot ain't fireworks in July. It's boots at dawn and a clear-eyed why. It's voting in rain and staying the men. It's building the bridge you wanna cross with friends. Hand on heart, sleeves rolled high. Keep the promise, refuse the lie. Love a country not blind, not cheap. It's work we swear and vows we keep. Gold star frames on a mantle line. Guard at the tomb, keeping time on time. Coasty light on a riptide dog. EMT tape in the midnight spark. Union Hall coffee in thermosteam. Garage door startle with a restless dream. Library cards like golden keys. Park crews planting tomorrow's trees. We measure wealth by who stands tall. When storms arrive and systems stall, the richest flag is the one that shows 1,000 hands where the harvest grows. I pledge allegiance to the work we do, to the law we share and the honest view. Liberty stands when the least can stand, so widen the doorway and lend that hand. Strike that grill, let the kids spell free and sparkle cursive across the street. Toast the sweepers before the sun, the plows and lines that let days run. The flag's not cloth, it's a daily task. A question answered when someone asks, do you love this place I build, I learn? From sea to shining sea, we earn. Stars stay bright when we tend to flame. Patriot's a verb, America's aim. Hand on heart, sleeves up go. We make the promise, the next we'll know. Neon breath on the midnight grid.
Chrome tongue city where the secrets hid. Blueprint focus with a tungsten calm. I sign my oath in the baseline song. G-funk shadows creeping under lights. Ruthless 808s teaching stillest rights. Menacing slits draw fangs in the hay. Street turns cathedral when the snare line prays. Hardcore West Coast, let the pavement fold. Ruthless 808 punches, heavy cold. Dark cinematic baseline stalk and bite. Sin knives carving through the velvet night. I don't blink when the skyline sways. Pressure makes polish, I bank those days. From curb to crown with a craftsman's plan. Iron in my lungs, diamond in my hand.
I learned math where the drought ran dry. Counted L's till the total said fly. Every locked door turned lumber and screws. I framed new routes with paid up dues. Low rider doctrine, coast with poise. Let patience speak louder than noise. Mapped each fear like reefs on a chart. Sailed that straight with a tempered heart. Sirens keep time like a metronome choir. Oil rain halos where the spark hits fire. Quiet ambition is a vote I keep. Doubt knocks off, let envy sleep. If fate rigs decks with a thumb on the deal, I split those cards with a co-work steal. Respect is rent you pay on time. With action receipts and a clean spine mind. Hit a snare, chalk names on blacktop skin. See the kick, right laws I carry within. If the dark levies tax on breath I own, I bill it interest on every stone.
Hardcore West Coast, let the pavement fold. Ruthless 808 punches, heavy cold. Dark cinematic baseline stalk and bite. Sin knives carving through the velvet night. I don't blink when the skyline sways. Pressure makes polish, I bank those days. From curb to crown with a craftsman's plan. Iron in my lungs, diamond in my hand.
Clock swung cheap, so I broke his hand. Bent minutes straight till the hours would stand. Ledger of trials with receipts and ink. Spilled a few pints but refused to sink. Family flame like a lighthouse stare. Cuts through fog when the world ain't fair. If the wave climbs high, I lower my stance. Breathe through fear, then exit the trance. Mentors with meters and parking lot lamps. Blueprints drafted in midnight camps. We borrow the wisdom for stubborn resolve. Solve cold patterns till problems dissolve. Circle stays tight like a pressure set ring. Only the loyal can hear that ping. Trust is a safe with a triple coat spine. Miss one digit, you're out the line. Let the sin paint teeth on tinted panes. Let the kick write laws that outlast fame. If night sells fear at a borrowed rate, I repossess crowns I sweat to make. I'm the beat that survived 1,000 skips. Needle kept jumping, I tighten my grips. Now wax roll smooth on a westbound dark. Lavender dusk over gold thread spark. From thrifted coats to tailored intent. From wait your turn to we sign the rent. Paper was thin, but the wool stayed thick. We riveted futures with a craftsman's pick. I map my piece like a pilot's route. Mark crosswinds with a doubt shout. Throttled by breath, altitude by calm. Storms make sailors, not docks, not bomb. No thunder sold, I can't command. No worth leased to a borrowed brand. Name like a warranty forged in heat. Lifetime coverage on every beat. Hardcore West Coast, let the pavement fold. Ruthless 808 punches, heavy cold. Dark cinematic baseline stalk and bite. Sin knives carving through the velvet night. I don't blink when the skyline sways. Pressure makes polish, I bank those days. From curb to crown with a craftsman's plan. Iron in my lungs, diamond in my hand. Kids by the window of a dawn soft room. Watch me braid hope on a torque tight loom. Legacy ink on a calendar spine. Boxes checked, honest, each deadline fine. Friends turn fog when the grade got steep. Kept a few oaks with their roots cut deep. We live still beams in a quiet parade. Let trends keep score, we raise the grade. Past those hooks from a rearview glare. I changed that lane with a level stare. No mirror rage, no exhaust fed view. Just cruise control, courage and gratitude. Gold script, sunset, rice credits and chrome. Marquee, read simple, earned in home. Throne is in view since the hours I bled. Callous palms, clear cool head. When the red sun spills in the ocean glass, I count my miles by the grid of mass. No shortcut crowns, just nailing roof. No gilded lies, only tested proof. If tomorrow asks what I bring to fight, I'll say backbone, breath and light. Hardcore heart with a time lock brand. West Coast pulse, iron in the hand.
Dawn cracks open on a rusted mill. Cornfield choir hums a working wheel. City still mirrors a mountain hill. 50 bright stars learn how to swim.
Front porch pledge in the subway, yo. Barbecue smoke in a fishing boat. We stitch our stripes from a million threads, from Ellis Island to Homestead Sheds. America, not a boast but a promise kept. Not a perfect pass but a forward step. Hand on heart, boots on ground. Built what's broken, turn hope to sound. From sea to sea, from block to farm, we disagree and still ain't arms. Love a country ain't blind and cheap. It's work we do and vows we keep.
Well, the sparks in a prairie night. Nurse on shift by a runway light. Teacher chalk on a county board. Coda pushing the midnight chord. Marching band on a Friday field. Veteran footstep healed and steeled. Fireman boots where the ash still glows. Postal routes where the winter blows. We've argued loud in the courthouse hall, but signed the line to protect us all. We vote, we serve, we show, we stay. Democracy's muscle is every day. Patriot ain't a jacket you wear. It's a shovel, a book, a folding chair. It's PCA notes in the church food line that you go first at the bridge of time. Not a boast but a promise kept. Not a perfect pass but a forward step. Hand on heart, boots on ground. Build what's broken, turn hope to sound. From sea to sea, from block to farm, we disagree and still link arms. Love a country ain't blind or cheap. It's work we do and vows we keep. There's a drum where the thunder grins. Bayou hush where the moss begins. Harbor cranes like a gospel choir. Northern pines where the winter wild. Canyon scripture, cut and red. Prairie quilts where the harvest fed. Ocean wind through a lobster dock. Bronx to Bakersfield, tick the clock. We carry the past, but we're not as chained. We honor the flag by ease and pain. We sing of freedom with callous poems. Rights and duty in equal songs. What's our anthem when the storms arrive? Response, neighbor service, keep hope alive. What's our armor when the headlines spin? Facts and kindness, truth within. Where's the future and how's it made? Ballads and hammers, books and spades. From D-Nay songs to a long night market. From blues on bill to a jazz lace carpet. From faiths that kneel to face that dance. From second chances to second glance. Tacos, pierogi, collard greens. Samosa, steam, and New Orleans. Languages braided in a single chill. Bring your best, we meet you here. We pledge allegiance to the dream we share. To the rule of law and the table's chair. Where every voice can pull a seat. We allow the king to more come America. Not a boast but a promise kept. Not a perfect pass but a forward step. Head on heart, boots on ground. Build what's broken, turn hope to sound. From sea to sea, from block to farm, we disagree and still link arms. Love a country ain't blind or cheap. It's work we do and vows we keep. Gold star frames on the mantle line. Guard at the tomb, keeping time on time. Coasty lights on a storm black tie. Medic with gauze where the wounds won't hide. Park ranger hands in the river's bend. Engineer math to a bridge's end. Union halls with a coffee steam. Startup brains on a bootstrap dream. We pay it forward, we swear to try. We lift the fallen and name the sky. We grow the promise we once were told. A newer union, brave and bold. So strike that match on the backyard grill. Let kids spell liberty and sparkle quill. Raise that cup to the quiet crews who sweep the streets so the dawn breaks true. The flag's not cloth, it's a daily task. A question answered when someone asks, do you love this place? I do, I build. Patriot means the contract filled. From sea to shining sea we learn. Freedom's a fire we tend in turn. Stars still bright, stripes still long. We keep the promise by singing on.
Motel cross buzzing over highway dust. Vending machine glowing a prayer of rust. Bible drawer open like a mountain mid-side. Lipstick page number says try or die. Mirror with fingerprints, truth have been. Receipts of the heart and a wallet of lint. I count my breaths like beads on a chain. Every inhale mercy, every exhale stain.
7 little shadows in a Sunday suit. Dance from the table while I hide the proof. Sin is a ledger and I owe this debt. Step it with grace where the ink ain't set. I'm not what I did, I'm the vow I keep. Planting new roots where the thorns run deep. Turning the light, watch the wolves lose shape. I won't be a prisoner of what I escape.
Pride wore gold like a second skin. Crown so tight I forgot my chin.
Spoke like a king to a broken room. Smile so wide I erased the gloom. But pride ain't strength, just posture smoke. I lifted the mask and the mirror spoke. Bend like a knee when the truth gets near. Grow like a tree when you water your fear. Then envy crawled in with a bargain glance. Sold me a mirror that stole my chance. Scrolling a feed full of borrowed light. Starving at banquets of someone else's nights. I learned to bless the bloom, not mine. Count my seeds, let my soul define. Sunset teaches what a finish means. Some gold is quiet and it grows unseen. Confession is a locksmith's key. Click, turn, swing, now I can see. Shame is a rumor the past repeats. Truth is a drum line under my feet.
7 little shadows in a Sunday suit. Dance round the table while I hide the proof. The sin is a ledger and I owe this debt. Stamp it with grace where the ink ain't set. I'm not what I did, I'm the vow I keep. Planting new roots where the thorns run deep. Turn on the light, watch the wolves lose shape. I won't be a prisoner, what I escape.
Rat keeps score with a cold black pen. Counts every slight till it burns again. Tongue like a match on gasoline pride. Bridges like candles, you watch as they die. But rage can be righteous when the fuse is wise. Aim at injustice, not somebody's eyes. Forge it to focus, temper the blade. Cut through the lie without scorning the maid. That's L wears velvet, pours warm tea. Says dream tomorrow, the night just be. Sofas like sirens, pillows like chains. I'll start on Monday, tattooed in my veins. So I clock in breath, make minutes sweat. Set tiny alarms on the goals I set. Crawl became stride and stride turn run. A marathon starts with a single lung.
Payphone humming in a moth wing light. Past keeps calling like it paid for the spot. Let it ring out till the echo is thin. Future says enter and I step in.
Greed shakes hands with a smiling thief. Where's your hunger like a gold cap grief? More it whispers in a velvet booth. Till love is a ledger and people are proof. I open my fist, the math got strange. Half of my plenty made, whole life changed. Bread tastes sweeter when the table grows. And wealth is a river, not a bank that froze. Galani ain't just a plate too full. It's binging on noise till the soul turns dull. Clicks for dinner, outrage for wine. Stuffing the silence with a headline shrine. So I fast from the feed, let stillness speak. Taste a slow minute like a sacred week. Salt of the word on a humble tongue. Hunger that heals is the holiest one.
7 little shadows in a Sunday suit. Dance round the table while I hide the proof. If sin is a ledger and I owe this debt, stamp it with grace where the ink ain't set. I'm not what I did, I'm the vow I keep. Planting new roots where the thorns run deep. Turn on the light, watch the wolves lose shape. I won't be a prisoner, what I escape.
Love sells thunder in a rented room. Sparks like summer, winter by noon. Promises touch with a counterfeit crest. Returns you to midnight with an empty chest. But flame can be covenant, warmth can be law. Consent is the compass that keeps us in awe. Call you by name, not the shape you wear. Love is a furnace with mercy in there. After the stumble, after the slip, I rinse my soul, let a mercy drip. Name what I am, not the worst I've done. A night that learns how to turn the sun. I list my faults like grocery lines, then bag them up with no repeat signs. Compose the lies, let the lesson feed. Break hard ground for a gentler seed.
7 little shadows in a Sunday suit. Dance round the table while I hide the proof. If sin is a ledger and I owe this debt. Neon stutters like a rosary beat. I breathe in courage, exhale need. Kill the lamp, lift the blind, let honest daylight edge my mind. If grace is water and truth the road, I'll shoulder both till I lighten the load. Sins are a map of where I've been. Forgiveness the house I'm living in. Forgiveness the house I'm living in. Forgiveness the house I'm living in.
Street lights by when she walks the block. Coffee steam rises like a chapel clock. Keys on the lanyard, purpose in stride. Storm in the rib cage, harbor inside. Boardroom post in a thrift store fit. Baby on hip with a grant proposal wit. She makes the map while the road pretends. Turns cold to sex in the avenues. This is for women who been still soft. Raised whole cities with a whisper law. From braids to ballads, lab to stage. She edits the world line by line, page by page. Say her name like a sunrise vow. Power and present, not someday a how. If the grid goes dim and the sirens call, she reroutes the power, lights for all. First professor, mama with a coupon song. Mad at the counter, thunder in her calm. Auntie with a steering wheel, pep talk flow. 10 toes down when the headwinds blow. Big sis DJ in a hallway booth, scratching the vinyl with a needle of truth. She learned to fix engines and tender rules to turn no entry signs into power tools. Dial up dreams on a takeaway napkin, pivot from layoff to side hustle captain. She stacks degrees made of grit and miles, credits and kindness, interest and smiles.
No crown bar, no script to sign. She writes the clause that includes a mind. Permission denied. She drafts a pill, signs it in backbone, stamps it real. This is for women who been still soft. Raise whole cities with a whisper law. From grace to ballads, lab to stage. She edits the world line by line, page by page. Say her name like a sunrise vow. Power and present, not someday or how. If the grid goes dim and the sirens call, she reroutes the power, lights for all. Nurse on nights with a metronome hand, stitches the skyline back to land. Colder in hoodie, shipping clean commits. Refactors the system that never quits. Chef turns winter to inner semi-gold. Steam writes letters the hungry can hold. Pilot with runway steel in her spine. Lawyer who cross-examines time. Professor annotates storms with chalk. Janet the queen makes marbles talk. She leads the stand-up, proof and slides. Brings the receipts that the truth resides. Who builds bridges when the road says no?
Women with rope and a rooftop show.
Who keeps memory when the story thins?
Women with journals and violins.
Who turns mourning into marching ground?
Women who harmonize thunder sound. Eight accounts, galaxies, and spreadsheet cells. Maya plans truth where the rumor swells. Frida stitches color through fractures wide. Rosa says nah, and the stars decide. Serena surfs comments from baseline lines. Malala turns pencils to lifelines. But this is for Keisha, for M, for May, for Alan who studies between 2 shifts a day. For wheelchairs rolling the ramp to the stage. Access is anthem, not afterthought page. For hijabs pinned with a calmest grace. For curls that riot, for edges that lace. For fams, for thems, for sisters and kin. Real power's pronoun, all of us in.
This is for women who been still soft. Raise whole cities with a whisper law. From praise to ballads, lab to stage. She edits the world line by line, page by page. Say her name like a sunrise vow. Power and present, not someday or how. If the grid goes dim and the sirens call, she reroutes the power, lights for all.
She budgets compassion like line item light. Calendar's boundaries, sleeps through the night. Says rest is resistance, joy is a plan. Heals like a river that never ran. She bargains with storms in a dialect calm. Turns broken glass into stained glass. She passes down tools with stories attached. Not only jewels in a velvet latch. Teaches the how, not just hands a key. Plants whole forest, not one money tree. Writes a will with a given clause. Build 10 tables from what you cost. Scholarship funds for a neighbor's night. Emergency love with a porch light bright. She measures well in minutes that men. And full body laughs and the friends who sin. Text me home when the streets feel cold. Her net worth's net that will always hold.
This is for women who been still soft. Raise whole cities with a whisper law. From braids to ballads, lab to stage. She edits the world line by line, page by page. Say her name like a sunrise vow. Power and present, not someday or how. If the grid goes dim and the sirens call, she reroutes the power, lights for all.
Count the wealth in the morning she makes, and lullaby echoes and policy stakes. If the earth keeps scoring breath and bone, women of credit we all live on. Raise that mic, set that tone. No crown borrowed, she brings her own. If tomorrow asks who holds the sun, say women, and the day's begun.